Welcome back to Pretty Vein Radio. I am here with Sophia McDonald, and Sophia runs Sophisticated Matchmaking. And I can't wait to hear all about what you do and how you get everybody together and hook people up. But tell me just really briefly how you got into matchmaking as a profession. I'm fascinated.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for having me.
Of course. Welcome. Can we hear you? I just had her move a little closer to the mic because everybody needs to hear what you have to say.
All right. I'll get closer to this.
That's perfect.
All right.
So tell me, how'd you get into this?
So I've been doing matchmaking now for 7 years.
Wow.
And the reason I got into matchmaking business, like some people open business because they want just to make money.
Yes.
So I opened business while I had another business. And matchmaking was just a fascinating hobby because I loved it. And so then gradually that second business turned into a big passion, which took over the first one. And I dropped the first one, which was selling upscale real estate.
Oh, okay.
And then for the last 5 years, I've been doing matchmaking full time.
Wow. And you have marriages?
And I have a lot of success stories. And the thing is, a lot of times people come in and they're not looking for marriages.
Just companionship.
It depends on the age group. It depends on people's goals for the future. I work with people who, people who are looking for marriages, it's usually a little younger crowd.
Okay.
And some people are into this, getting married, having babies. And some people already went through that process in their life, and they've been married, been divorced, have grown up kids, they're in their 50s, or they're even 60s and 70s, and they're looking for companionship. And marriage is not necessarily on the top of the list.
Not
what they're
always
looking
the goal.
for their soulmate.
Yeah.
And sometimes it doesn't have to come up with a marriage necessarily.
Well, we're going to talk a lot about how they do it here, how you get people together and the process here in the States. But you were telling me before about a conference you just went to in the Bahamas. Okay, we need to have way more conferences in the Bahamas. Attention beauty industry, please invite me to those conferences more. And you were talking about a woman who runs a matchmaking in Brazil where they have nothing but beautiful people. So she must have an easy job, but she does it a whole lot differly than here in the States. Tell me, or at least how you do it. Tell me, what do they do down in Brazil?
I just got back.
I'm going to take notes.
I just got back from the cruise. There was tons of matchmakers from all around the world, and we were exchanging with experiences and how we run our businesses. And one of them was Claudia. Her company is called Encounters. And the approach was actually very similar to mine.
Okay.
So what they believe into and what I believe into is because most people are when they're looking for love, they're looking to find it outside. They're going to find it, and that love which they found will make them happy. Instead of start looking for love inside. And obtaining
needs to write that down.
And obtaining the harmony. Like if you just imagine the triangle with 3 corners, and those corners will be your head, your heart, right? Your head, it will be like finding love for your heart, getting your mind and your emotions all together, right? And getting the harmony and balance for your body.
Okay.
And when those 3 are very balanced, that's nothing new. Those are just ancient wisdoms which been there forever. But once you are in total harmony and balance, love will find you.
Are you listening, Dr. Levy?
Yeah, the body part.
So there was a lot of matchmakers out there who, like everybody's have different business models and approaches. But some people are thinking, we're just going to come and make an image makeover and make you look beautiful and you're going to be fine. Well, it's not necessarily working because just changing the outside without changing the inside and how you feel and how you feel about yourself, and, it's just not going to work.
Hence why The Swan didn't have a season 2, okay? That was a terrible show.
And some people are all about, oh my God, I'm just done so much self-improvement and I'm all together and I'm so loving and everything. But they're absolutely, I call those people, they're a little bit carried away. They forgot about doing their nails and brushing their hair. But they're all enlightened, They
forget about brushing their hair?
Because there is a lot of...
Step 1, brush your hair before a date, ladies.
There are two parts in every human animal, and human spirit.
Okay.
And women and men have to take care of both. Human spirit has to be satisfied. Human animal has to be satisfied. Men are animals as much as women are.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
yes.
and just
that's another show. Ashley, producer, write that down.
Right? So you want to make sure that you look at your best. And you're not necessarily looking it for others. You do it for yourself, so you feel great. And once you feel great, you feel more confident, and you act differently. You're not looking necessarily for validations. And
I love that, because that is really a big deal on a first date, is just an air of confidence. Not arrogance, just confidence, self-confidence, like, that you're comfortable in your own skin.
And I also tell my clients, you're not getting dressed, you're not getting your hair done, you're not looking at your best for the man you're going out with. You're doing for yourself. So when you feel great, your confidence go up, and you are at your best, like at your best potential. So you are in peace with yourself, you're loving yourself, and you're the most attractive one.
I feel like 90% of this business is psychology and 10% is a database.
That's right on.
You must have to listen for a lot. You have a lot of patience. I love that.
A lot of people, when they're older, they come to me and they say, well, I just want men to love me for who I am. And I go, the thing is, it's a misconception that you think that the woman is beautiful. They're loving her for her looks. It's just like, imagine there is two groups. Men sometimes say, well, I want women to love me for who I am and not for my money. Mm-hmm. And then the women say, well, I want, the man love me for who I am, not for the way I look. Mm-hmm. But both are a little wrong, because nobody is saying that if the woman looking for a good provider, she's not necessarily looking for a good person first. And nobody is saying that the man who is looking for a beautiful woman is not going to appreciate her for who she is after he meets her and get attracted to her. Because a lot of times clients come to me and they find attractive people, but there is nothing beyond that, and it doesn't work.
No, yeah, absolutely.
It doesn't work.
Absolutely. So like the appearance is like the resume, but that gets you the job interview.
It gives you a step in.
Get the actual,
right. You have an opportunity to meet people if you look at your best. And I don't know if it's culture here in Northwest, but what I find that women are not taking time to get ready for dates.
Okay, Chanel and I have all sorts of opinions about the culture in the Northwest when it comes to
But I always say, if you I'm not talking about regular random dates when you just, I'm just going to go because I have nothing else to do. But imagine you meet somebody, or you getting introduction to somebody amazing, and you just takes your breath away and you cannot wait to see them. You need to take half day off to get ready for that date.
I feel like in general, just looking, not always like your very best, but always looking decent. Because,
polished.
Isn't it true that like you always meet someone like when you're least expecting it, or like that's what everyone always says? And so, like if you're at the grocery store line and you're looking frumpy, no one's going to give you a second look unless they're frumpy and weird too. That's what you're into, but...
Well, and you feel better about, if you have a little bit of polish to yourself, even on the days you're just going to the grocery store or getting the mail, you have a little bit, like a little bit more confidence.
Well, it helps with your confidence, like you were saying.
Yeah.
Well, yes and no. I think sometimes people over 40, like you, how old are you? Like you're 23. Mm-hmm. People have 3 kids, a job, and they get really busy. And then if they have 50s, it's a little hard to look at your best every day.
Like I said, not your best, but look decent.
Yeah. But
not brushing your hair.
But what I'm saying, when you go on a special date, you do your best. It's like you're going to the red carpet event. Mm-hmm. It's like an extra effort you put in. You get your nails done, you get your spray tan, you get your hair done. You really get in the mood. Because once you get all excited about this yourself, you bring that attitude and vibe on the date as well.
Like
your date is going to feel this and going to be excited about seeing you that beautiful. Even if you're not going to see each other, at least you're going to see, have good time.
Do men get annoyed later on in the relationship by how long you take to get ready if it's like a half of a day off work?
Yes.
Oh, Dr. Levy, thank you for that. All right, I know you got to take all that extra effort for the first date, but then is that expected to be kept up?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay. Because then they know your personality.
I see men who date women who just wear no makeup sometimes, and they're like natural and beautiful, but then they keep that picture of her at your best. With airbrush, makeup, and hands. Like, that's what my girlfriend looks like when she's all made up.
But don't you think that's like the good guys out there that are like, sort of hard to find, or you're lucky if you find one. But there are men out there, I know this by my parents' friends, who the woman starts to let herself go, and they say bye-bye, and they go for the younger girl, or they cheat on them, and horrible things happen because their wife, let them go because they were too busy You know, I mean, obviously not looking like you were in your 20s, but for your age appropriate, looking nice.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. You got to keep some of it up.
Yes.
And I feel like it's important for your mate. Like, I mean, if Dr. Levy and I were dating, you know, to be like, well, for you, I want, you know, by your side, I want to look nice. Like, I feel like it's just a respect thing.
I agree. I agree with that.
But maybe
Take
that's
a little
because I'm
bit of
superficial and on pretty vain.
I think a little bit of it is, though, that you want to keep that up a little. I mean, there's a
balance.
Yeah.
Here is what I